There it is. What is going on? How you doing? I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend if you observe, or just a great weekend in general, regardless. If this finds you at this video, it's probably because you have some issues, questions, or concerns regarding probate in North Carolina. My name is Courtney Rollins. I'm a probate and senior transition specialist, along with one of my team members, Javon, right here. Hope you're doing well. What's going on, Javon? Oh, you're muted, brother. My bad.
Ain't nothing much, man.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Well, today, Javon has actually been making tons of calls for me, for us, for about past year, and they've been more focused on distressed sellers. My job as a professional home buyer is to find people with challenges and issues, and we try to solve those issues for a discounted price. That's how we make our profit. That's how we keep the doors open. And one of those areas of distress is quite often probate, and so traditionally last year, Javon and I've been looking at or talking to other forms of distress. Maybe it's rehab, maybe it's just other issues. But this one, we're specifically looking deeper into probate in Durham, North Carolina. It's been a great journey too, because probate, and we'll talk about what probate is, even though it can be one of the tough times of someone's life, because when someone going through probate, someone passed away, obviously. It's also so rewarding helping people out. So I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that Javon's willing to, that you're willing to, that you want to take a look at and dig even deeper in, and so you can serve folks better, man. So let's take a look, dude. So I'm going to go here. Boom. And Javon, just know that my screen is about to be full screen. So if you have questions or you got any comments or anything, just jump in. In other words, I can't see you. So jump in.
All right, good. All right.
Present. Where did present go? There it is. Boom. Present. I love Canva. What a time to be alive. So what is a probate specialist? Probate and inherited property. All right. So probate, folks, is the legal process for settling the affairs in the estate of a deceased party. When someone passes away, if they have debt in their name, or if they have any assets in their name, house, car, insurance, there has to be a legal way for that to be rectified and distributed out to the proper people, whether it's paying bills or distributing inheritance. And probate is that process. Now, there are some certain situations, certain stipulations where someone may own something that doesn't pass through probate in North Carolina, but those are just that, just different small situations. I'm not an attorney. Javon's not an attorney. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am someone who's been working in the Durham County Probate Office and developing an expertise that I will continue to develop, that we will continue to develop, so we can serve folks. The personal representative, that's another word for the person who's responsible for representing the estate. And they're either the executor, if there's someone who died died testate. That means they died with a testament that says, this is what I want to happen. This is how I want the actions to happen after I passed away. They died testate with a testimony. When you die intestate or without testimony, that means you died without that, and there has to be an administrator applied to that if your estate qualifies to go through probate. Now that's another note. There are some estates that don't necessarily have to go through probate if it meets a certain threshold. In other words, if it's in North Carolina, they call small estates. If it's lower, I think the threshold is 20,000 as of this recording, but don't quote me on that. So Javon, man, when you're talking to folks, especially personal representatives or anybody in general, man, and I really encourage you to think about how you're structuring the assets that you have and that you're gaining in your life, because there are really three reasons. There's a ton of reasons, but three main reasons why probate is probably something people don't necessarily want to go through. And one is public. I mean, I'm kind of grateful it is public, because that's how we get our information. We have access to people going through probate, and we get to copy the information and we try to find folks. But there are different things and there's sometimes reasons that people don't want their probate to be public, and it can get very nasty when you come to people inherited things. You have some folks who are predatory and they'll try to connect with probate, target people who are going through probate. So probate being public is not necessarily, I think, is not is not a good thing. Probate is expensive. It is all depending on how big the estate is. So if there's an estate that has maybe a $500,000 house in it, which is not too hard because many people do have property, and $500,000 is probably that's mid to upper range. But let's say the property is worth $500,000, Javon, but they have a the person passed away has a mortgage on it for $400,000. So that means it's about $100,000 in equity. Doesn't matter if it's just $100,000 in equity. The probate, they're going to be charged for that entire amount, including the other assets. So it doesn't even if you get an attorney and if they charge it by a percentage of the estate, that percentage of the total amount counts, not how much is actually a value you have or how much equity you technically have. It's the total amount. So it can be very expensive, man. So people really should and want to avoid probate, but and it takes a long time. It takes a long time. It's at least 4 months in North Carolina. That's the shortest amount that you're going to do because of the some of the things you have to follow, like notice to creditors. And it can be very confusing, man. So I'm telling you, like all these steps right here, opening those are just the overview overall. But like for instance, I was in a probate office today, collecting some data, and I could just overhear the phone conversations and just the confusion. And I heard maybe two or three times a day the word overwhelming. It is overwhelming, and man, that's where we come in, like certified probate experts. Shout out to Chad Corbett, Probate Mastery. We're gonna have to chat on our level 10 meeting because I may want you to just go ahead and take the actual training if you have the time, because I mean he's the one who showed me, and he's amazing over there. The community's amazing. But to be a probate expert means that you have to, be engaged in the process of learning. So, I go down to the probate office. Actually, I'm in a 90-day challenge now where I'm going every day for 90 days, but I was going twice a week. Now, again, every day for the next, I got 85 more days left, or 84. But here you go. This is the way we're thinking about it. When you're thinking about folks, a lot of the conversation, Javon, is really going to be similar to, especially when it pivots to property, is similar to the conversation about property because of that tone that you have. But just knowing there are at least four ways that you can help. And we really provide a concierge service, man. So we're trying to help them navigate the process. There are things that the attorney will help them with, and I highly encourage anybody to get an attorney. But there's going to be tons of things outside of the purview of the attorney. And this is some of the areas we can help with. We basically help with the property and the stuff. The house and the stuff are some of the main things that we can help with. So, someone needs help getting contractors, rehabbing. Somebody needs help trying to list the property. We can list it with our partners and we'll get a referral fee. If they need a cash investor, we are cash buyers, or we'll connect with somebody in our network. Clean out. If they need someone to move because the surviving spouse or people there now wants to downsize or move to a new community, transition specialists here. So those are some of the things that we offer. We're not trying to bombard them with that, but just knowing that, keep in mind that we bring so much value because of the way we help people. Even if it's just clarifying what's on a form. Sitting down and clarifying what's on the form is extremely helpful because, again, this is something that most people aren't going through every day. And we have the privilege to work in so many cases. We can see patterns. We also are connected to so many attorneys, specifically in North Carolina, and depending on what the needs are of the folks we're working with, we can match them up. Depending on if price is an issue, is it a litigation issue in probate, or is this a more of administrative task issue? It really depends. We have a huge network, and we'll connect people to attorneys. So that's another very important thing. And it also reduces the cost because most attorneys, depending on how you structure your payment structure, if you're doing an hourly or if you're doing percentage of work or things of nature, coming to us or helping give them a roadmap will help them reduce the amount of time and be more efficient with the attorney. Another one I didn't put in there was that also a lot of folks are inheriting property or are wanting to know how to avoid probate in the future. And so I guess the fifth and sixth, another 5 or 6 way is 5. We can help connect people to attorneys to help them avoid probate for their family. And 6, they also help them think about ways that they can invest or utilize the funds that they may have just received because now they just, they just probably or possibly inherited funds. So those are some of the ways that we help. And when you're talking to representatives, do you have any thoughts or questions? Looks like I may have lost Jay right here.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, no questions on nothing as of now. I'm still
right. So, there it is, man. So what we're gonna do then? Me and Javon are about to stop this video, and we're gonna actually let's rock and roll. We'll keep rocking it. No, let's stop this video, and then we're gonna role play a little bit. All right.
All right, sounds good.
Podcast. Boom, boom. Oh, let your light